Alright, here we are in a beautiful Rancho Santa Fe morning, looking at a very neat time warp cool 1944 Deluxe Coupe. This car's got a beautiful history to it. Really nice little diary logbook that goes with it. It was on the cover of American Rodder magazine in 1995. Incredibly well preserved, high-end built. We're going to walk around and tell you what we know, and make sure you, like always, hang on to the end of the video and we'll cover a lot more. This particular car was built for well-known collector George Petit. It was completed in 1995. It was built by Don's Hot Rods out of Ohio. The interior was done by Lyons out of Ohio also. Don's Hot Rods is known for building Riddler style cars. This is a high-end build, and Mr. George Petit is a well-known collector. This car is just whistle straight and beautiful, incredibly well preserved. Like I said, there's a diary, so you want to make sure you hang on to the throughout the video here. We're going to cover quite a bit. We actually haven't had it up on the lift yet. We'll have it up on the lift here, and at the end of the video you'll catch me covering the undercarriage for you with a little bit more detail. Underneath the hood is a Chevy 350 crate engine with a 385 fast burn combination. It has a turbo 350 automatic transmission. Has with parallel leaf springs. Up front, the bones are split, so it has split wishbones with a dropped axle in the front. Has chrome-plated American racing wheels on it. Has disc brakes in the front. Drum in the rear. Very nice. It's finished in a acrylic lacquer that's just absolutely spectacular. Little to no flaws. The owner lovingly calls it his, he's owned it about 12 years or so. Calls it his patina rod, and this thing's far from any patina, but it's absolutely a beautiful hot rod. It's a well-preserved hot rod, retro rod style. Underneath the hood we talk a little bit more about the motor. The engine doesn't have as many miles as the car does on it. Wow. Deluxe trim lines up beautifully on this car. Factory car. Nothing's been modified on the body of this car except for the louvers in the hood here. Otherwise the body's all stock. It still has its wind wings. The door handles, there's no sag to them. The fit of the doors is perfect. We'll show you that right now. You just kind of click, you just push it shut. A little bit of pressure on your hand. All steel car. Spectacular in its presentation and preservation is what I would say. The grille and bright work all lines up perfectly. You can tell it's an original style grille because of the fit. It's hard to get these to fit right, and these cars to remain. Step back. The flames are very subtle off the nose here. Well, I don't know if you'd call them subtle, but some guys get way overdone with the flames, and they're very nicely done. Old school style. Car like this will almost leave you speechless when you see it going down the road, but when you see it in the person, you know, one of the logbooks in this current owner that's owned it 12 years talking with a prior owner that did the diary on their car the time he had owned it, and the small upgrades that he did to it. This particular car has probably done over 30 cars on the East Coast, or 30 car shows over on the East Coast, and has won trophies, or at best to show at many of them, like 26 of those 30. So goes to tell you how nice this car is, not to mention the original restorer of the car and the owner that had it restored. You'll see the body on this car is just spectacular. Again, finished in an acrylic lacquer. It has Coker buffed sidewall tires on it, the radials. We actually cover quite a bit into the trunk and under the hood, and we're, like I said, we're going to cover up the engine compartment. I mean, up on the lift here, it's picking up a little bit of pollen. Same thing here, no handle sag. Door trims hold up, line up nice. Go up to the front here. You'll see during the restoration, it was completed in 95, but Roland Hughes in 92 did the flames and pinstriping on it. You'll find a little bit of patina, a little bit of character on it, little spot right down in here. Again, nothing to talk about. That's what makes this car really special. Cars like this, hot rods of this period with a feel, are just timeless. It has a Lyons interior, has a Glide engineering seat in it. vertically pleated vinyl red interior. Red or burgundy is what I would call it. The dash is is really unaltered and just gorgeous. Has a really high low car style 8-ball shifter here with a push button in the center. Get back here, kind of give you a feel of the interior. Lyons, Brookville, Ohio did the interior on it. Here's the American Rodder magazine. We'll actually do a little clip and cover it, and there's the diary from the car. High-end loop carpet, secret audio on the dash here. It has air conditioning, Limeworks styled steering column with a column mounted tack. Headliner's the same thing, burgundy vinyl. Gotta love that old school feel of those vertical pleats. Door jamb to door jamb. Just a really special car in every sense. Like I said, we'll lift the back up here, kind of give you a feel. It has the audio system, the secret audio you saw on the dash there. There's a woofer there. There's an amp in the back. You'll see the seat belts here. So it's covered and completed all the way to the tail. Speakers on the side here. Pardon me putting the seat back there. One-handed I do this, so sometimes we get a little wobbed up. Wow, taking a lot of photos of this. Make sure you go to Spud's Garage. Again, original wind wings, original two-piece front and rear windshields. The only body modification are the louvers on the hood. Shut this door. Same thing, you just push it shut. Don't slam it. Beautiful location here to do a video photo shoot. Again, chrome plated American torque thrust. Step back, let you take a better look there. Chrome bumper brackets. I said you could pick it for a little spot here and there, but this car will still win trophies. It's just timeless cool. Beautiful. A little bit of a rock star right there. Picks them up from the tire and throws the stone up, but there's really not much of anything on it. No peppering on the front of it. Beautiful. I like doing cars like this because they're honest, they're real, and they're extremely nice. This is a very nice car. Of all the cars I've done this year, I would tell you this is going to rate right up there with the top. Cars like they're just super hard to find that are like this. Well done, well preserved, well settled, well driven, easy to drive, and fun. Factory fuel fill here on the back. Ford V8 badge on the trunk. California black plates. Those typically stay with the owner. If it goes out of state, stays in state, he'll release them. Get back around here. Good little road trip, picking up a lot of nice little rides for you guys to look at. Just super special. Banjo style reproduction steering wheel, not factory reproduction like, but it's got a banjo, billet banjo wheel. That's like a Limeworks column. Miles on the odometer at time of inspection here, 25,534, or right about there. Again, the engine has a lot fewer miles than that. I'm going to say probably less than 5,000, the engine and transmission. Nice, subtle red. I would call it more a burgundy interior. Hot rod cool. Clock over here is working. The controls, there's actually a map of the controls down there in the diary book here that shows you which controls work, the air conditioning, you know, so on and so forth. We're actually going to fire this girl up. You'll see the LED indicators here, turn signals, high beam up here on the dash. Has chrome garnish moldings throughout the interior here. I didn't even touch the gas if you notice there, so it's running perfectly. Fuel gauge just under half. Volts are 13 and a half, 14. Oil pressures, you know, just bouncing between 40 and 50 right there. Water temperature, we haven't warmed it up. Nice moon gauges, moon tack here on the column. Super sweet. We're gonna hop out and let you hear it run. See, the chrome garnish moldings are all show chrome. The kind of car you just want to go. Again, we're going to cover the lift and the undercarriage here, so we'll study the undercarriage and tell you a little bit more as we get up there. This is a high-end collector also that takes care of his cars. They're kept in very nice conditions and always kept looking just the way you see it right now. Anyway, it's about time we tell you to get in. Hang on to the end of the video. Go to spudsgarage.com. Give us a call. We're absolutely never any pressure. Have a great day. All right, let's get underneath the hood. This is just time warp cool all the way through. What a beautiful car. Underneath the hood here is a GM 350 crate engine with it's a 385 fast burn. It has a quick fuel Holley carburetor on it here. Aluminum intake manifold. Looks like it's been ceramic coated. Has a billet belt drive system. Looks like a March early style. It has short tube headers on it here, block hugger style, that go down into dual exhaust. There's the master cylinder, the reservoir for the brake master cylinder. You'll see it was built, like we talked about, Don's Hot Rods out of Germantown, Ohio. 95 is when the car was completed. VIN numbers down here on the chassis. All the detail on this frame. When George builds cars, he has them done high-end and beautiful. VIN number down here on the frame, so it's factory 40 VIN 185598083, but you'll see the level of detail all the way through. Nice shrink type tubing hose clamps here. The flames flow into the hood here, underneath here on this little apron, custom apron. Air conditioning. Fin valve covers with red inserts on it. Now, interesting, this car was originally built with a 327 and I believe a 4-speed, and the second owner, watch it, we're going to cover a little diary about this car which covers everything that the prior owner to the current owner, you know, his story of the car. Anyway, GM HEI ignition, so it was originally a 327 with a 4-speed. Now it has a GM 385 fast burn. It has a turbo 350 automatic transmission in it, Ford rear differential. We're actually going to get it up on the lift here in just a minute and cover more, but limited miles on this particular powertrain. The odometer reads 25,000, or we probably already covered that with you. I like the air filter and the way the housing and the way this whole car comes together is just old school cool. I don't think you're going to find a finer 40 on the market with a presence like this car. Anyway, there you have it. Go to spudsgarage.com. You'll see the fit and finish underneath the bottom side of the here. Hang on to the end of the video. Give us a call. We're absolutely never any pressure. Bitchin' car. Talk to you soon. All right, let's take a look at the trunk here. Just as nice as the interior of the car. This entire car is very nicely built. Obviously, we talked about that on the walk around. Car covers included here. There's also a battery tender right here. It's connected to it. Deck lid, so it matches the interior exactly. Very nice stainless trunk latches here. Vertical pleat. Stainless hardware on the Allen stainless hardware on the deck lid. Very high-end billet fire extinguisher. I'll show you the panel here with the wiring. Pulls down here. I'll just pull it back a little bit here for you. Gel battery, which is correct for an enclosed compartment like this. Wiring harness there. Anyway, As always, we think you get the idea. Definitely go to spudsgarage.com where we're going to have plenty more. Thanks for listening to me. Hang on to the end of the video. Wow. Alright, we got some documents on the back of the Spud truck here, but we would share. I've never really seen a diary log of from an owner on a car, so this is really interesting stuff. He purchased it, the prior owner purchased it in '99. He remembers seeing it early on in this magazine that's right here. Goes on, it's a complete log. We'll photograph a lot of this stuff and use it for information and possibly post some of it at Spud's Garage. Goes through a log here in 2001, I believe. They updated the powertrain with a 385 fast burn with a newer engine. We have it here, drive shaft, and then it goes through what the controls are in it. Anyway, so less miles on the engine than the original build, which was originally a small block also. Let's see here. Take you to the magazine here. 1944, one of our favorite rotters realizes a boyhood dream, and one that most of us share. You know, most of us share owning a 40 coupe with a flamed 40 coupe. This is a beautiful car. Nice little article here on the car. We'll again have this posted at Spud's Garage for sure. George Poteet, Memphis, Tennessee, was the builder, that was the owner of the car who had it built. It was built by Don's Hot Rods in Germantown, Ohio. Interior by Lyons Upholstery in Germantown, Ohio. Spec sheet here. Anyway, this is going to be all included with the car. Thanks for watching. Hang on to the end of the video. Neat car. Alright, we've got it up on the lift here. I'm actually sitting on a creeper because we can't get it up super high enough to get it high enough, but I definitely can get underneath here and give you a feel. Like I said, very nicely done. The whole rear end's painted been smoothed and finished in a quality like show style finish, gunmetal gray. Has gunmetal brick gray leaf springs in it with a lot of polished and stainless, looks like leaf spring mounts there, chrome shocks. Looks like a chassis engineering kit where they actually bolt it to the chassis and they don't have to modify anything. That's a really nice fit on these. Up into the fenders is just really nice here. The exhaust goes up and over the axle like it should. Big finned drum brakes in the rear, fin drums on it. That's kind of neat. So like I said, chassis engineering stuff. It has a rear stabilizer bar going across here. This car was built to drive. So you hear my creeper. Original style floor pans, front to rear. Again, a body off style restoration. Those look like Flowmaster mufflers. Oh, they are. I can see it on one of them because it's on the left here. It's a nice sound to it. By now you've already heard it run. The mounts here. The exhaust is put together where it could come apart and come out of the car with the greatest of ease. Anyway, comes through the frame, so there's nothing hanging down. We took most of our undercarriage shots outside so you get a good chance for the ground feel here. Chassis looks like it's been powder coated, or the frame, factory style frame. Lines are all run nicely down the sides here. Has chassis engineering split wishbones in the front. Trans cooler up on the side there. 350 turbo 350 automatic transmission. Power disc brakes in the front, drum in the rear. I like the way they wrap the lines here. Again, pretty much pro assembled. Up in the front here, it has disc brakes in the front. It's like a Willwood style. It's got braided lines on it. Has chrome, has a Vega cross steer steering box in it with chrome plated or polished drag links and steering bars. It has a stabilizer bar, stabilizer shock. Little panhard bar here across to keep the front end straight. Somebody put a lot of engineering into this little car, made sure it was done right. Super clean underneath. I think I talked about this engine having less than 5,000 miles on it when I did the walk around. I'm going to say less than a couple thousand miles based on looking at it. It's just super tidy. Super bell dropped axle, stabilizer bar, front stabilizer bar, Little tiny chin scuff here, which is atypical. Anyway, we're thinking you get the idea. Definitely, you're at the end of the video. Thanks for listening to me. Go to spudsgarage.com. Have a great day.